played Fleetwood Mac at Bill and Hiller's inauguration there. So this is what you do, Italian style. Y'all hate each other, right?
Can't we all just get along?
What makes America great is that I can be whatever I want to be in America. I mean, whatever I put my mind and my drive to, I can be. Unfortunately, I have some side effects.
I think we're up to 15.
I think, yeah.
Or close to 20, right?
Probably so. But what I put in is what I get, man. And take the drugs and all that bullshit out of the picture, okay? Take all that out. What I put in is what I get, man. I work hard. I bust my ass. I can have anything in America, period, bottom line, okay? Now, if I want to be lazy and sorry, I won't have nothing. I'll be in a homeless shelter doing nothing. So America's great because what you get, what you have to show for yourself is what you put in. And does that make sense?
Talk divisive politics, but I'm going to ask your opinion. What's your proof? What's your evidence that the Trumpsters going to do a good job in the 4 years?
Oh God, I need to find it.
So nice, bro. He's picking. Look at Doris. He's picking out all the different ones.
It's American.
I gotta go.
Number yes.
That almost looks like an arrowhead.
Hey, Michael, look who called.
Hey, we're playing with rocks over here. Don't worry about who called.
No,
Who called?
American.
He's playing nice. Okay, is she on the phone right now?
No, I'm gonna let him do a video.
We'll call her first and let her see what Michael's doing, and then they can talk. Suggestion. 106.
Number kisses.
What are you calling
Number kisses.
It's a nice treasure. What you do, Italian style. Fella don't clean up. I mean, this is day one. So it's not a game, but I'll just show you what he did wrong. The motor's here. It's not a bad place. It's a heavy thing. Should be on a cart though, you think. Maybe I just thought of that. Yeah, it's sitting right on the pan or whatever. So there was oil all over. I put down a lot of the stuff, you know, and I left him some more so you don't know how to use it. And so I assumed it was a junk pile, so I'm sorry. I thought it was a junk pile, but I'm wrong.
You're supposed to endure pain, so I don't want to like
What are we talking about?
take that away from people because that brings into your character and strength.
It does.
But I would want peace.
Okay. So what was your answer again? The classism. No.
Peace is like
Okay. Some people say get it with money and go
200,000
to
is
the
not-
pool film there, so kind of sucks. Cool beans. I need a cigarette. I'm punched out. Ah, surprise for Frank. Cool beans.
What makes America great?
Yes, sir.
When people make a contribution to society, whether it be by simply helping other people, just
That's beautiful, Michael.
trying to do everything as much as possible to do the right thing, and like just mostly being ethical, like I said, trying to do what's right, like I just mentioned, and
Ethical.
yeah,
Moral, ethical.
moral, ethical, yeah.
What would make America greater, Michael? What would make America greater?
If more people can strive to become ethical people and just help other people when needed.
Just like Americans should. I mean, like in a catastrophe.
Just like Americans should. Yeah.
One quick question. I'll let you go, boss. I know you're busy. You're the busiest guy here.
Yeah.
If you had a magic wand, if you could do anything, you know what I mean? Anything, like something big, not like, you know, buy a car or a house. What would you do for our country?
What would I do?
Imagine how risque this song was when it came out.
I never made the connection. That's pretty cool.
I don't know if she wrote it or not, though.
Yeah, but no, I never met. I
I
remember
mean,
this.
most people didn't, but some of there were, you know, especially the old rock and roll songs were black guys, you know, I mean, everyone knows that. That was very good.
I don't know. Yet.
Okay, so just speak up because Andy knows. So, Craig, it's Craig, right?
Yeah.
What's the last name? It's Italian. Potasic?
Potasnik.
Potaznik, like my son.
Pot as Nick.
Pot as Nick. Okay. So what makes America great, big guy? Just your opinion. Remember I said everything you think is true, right?
Right.
And you can say it's not great if you want to.
Huh?
You can say it's not great if you want to.
Right
Because there's
now,
the
it's
next
not great.
detail your answer. Okay. What would make it greater?
New president.
New president. Okay. What's the first step to getting a new president?
Elect to vote.
Vote. Okay. What's the first step to voting?
Register.
What's the first step to registering? Go to DMV. Or food stamps, right?
No. Social. You can go anywhere now. Library.
The internet.
Social service. Internet.
A lot of people have voted.
I already did. I did early voting.
Last term, 110 million did not vote. 1/3
I know.
majority.
I did. For Clinton or Trump, I didn't want either
Magic
one.
Wand, all powerful Magic Wand. What would you do it for America?
I would help elevate poor people to be equal to middle class people in the United States.
Make sure you can hear him.
You got it.
Thank you.
Excuse me. That's it.
So did you get to the last question?
You didn't ask me for one red dime. You were sitting in here minding your business,
Stealing electricity.
you know? Well, you deal with everybody else.
I'm out of water. I gotta go somewhere else for the water.
But you're not, you didn't bother anybody. See, a person to help a person who ain't bothering nobody.
Well,
Okay,
I
so
don't
what's
bring back Obamacare so people can afford to go to the doctor.
and that is a big case because you end up homeless from not having care,
That's exactly.
right? And I've seen people living in cars, and I've said this many times. Unfair advantages? Can we say that?
Well,
Or more advantages than you and I have starting out as I don't know where you started. Maybe we'll find out someday. But
I don't want to say unfair because I think it's like common knowledge. If someone has
Speak
an
up just a
advantage,
little bit.
if someone has an advantage, of course they're gonna use it. Like the advantage is what gives them, a power to, act a certain way. So I wouldn't, from my perspective, I wouldn't call it unfair in some cases because you can't really control who, what family you're born into. We got trust fund babies.
well, that was I have not paid for it yet.
Yeah.
I think that's what the minister was saying. What would you do an all-powerful magic wand just for America? Look at the face. See, it's the expressions that get me.
I build a big house similar to, so I build a house that is the antithesis of the White House, right?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going there.
And I'd keep all the poor people in that house, and I'd make sure that it is, fully regulated to provide housing, stable housing.
Do you mean it would be like an office, or would it be a not a flop house, but a rooming house in a sense?
So it'd be like a multi-purpose building complex. It'd be comprised of like a shelter, office space, group housing. So the overall goal of this multi-purpose building would be to get lower income class people on moving with their lives. So
On what?
On moving. So basically,
No, what was the word? On what?
So the word I'm looking for is upward mobility.
Okay.
To put them in.
But you made up a word that sounded good.
Well, I said onward going with their lives, but I meant upward mobility.
Upward mobility.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the magic wand back.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite joke is I'm a white man giver. I'm trying to change that thing because
Okay.
Indians didn't, the whole thing, right? So
First step is to take immediate action and make sure someone of some sort of influence. I mean, locally speaking, making sure, starting with
formulate. Take a minute and formulate.
Yeah.
Take a minute and formulate it because I know you have. It takes a moment to think about it and communicate it. That's the communication that we're doing now. Because you have good words.
Right. I don't want to say. I mean,
You said some of the influence.
yeah. Because
And you said community leader,
Right.
which I like that,
Mhm.
because like if you think about Martin Luther King, he was a community, and that's how you move up.
Mhm.
Councilman and shit like that, and school board. So someone from the community
right.
that had good ideas and good maybe morals and just that kind of good ambition, not the profit ambition.
Yeah, you would have to have a leader who's pure, and you would have to practice group economics in the sense that everyone is in it for the greater good. So I would hate to pull in politicians, but because that can.
Well, we've already discussed that.
Right.
You could be the best politician. You can be Barack Obama or St. Christine, and you get in there and when Obama's driving up that road, they give him a file, and they tell him what to do and what not to do. And if he does it, he gets protection from Secret Service all his life. If not, maybe something else happens.
Yeah.
So, what's the first step to getting leaders to step up, to getting kind of said a leader, and I'll say what I want to say, but go ahead. What's the first step to getting a leader that will do that?
Well, it has to hit home for someone, especially a leader. Like, you talk about what it means to like empathize with somebody. What
Empathy, good word. I like my favorite word.
What is
very
it mean?
Empathetic person myself.
Right. Yeah. Like
someone that understands.
Right. Someone that's been in your shoes, or someone that can feel your pain. Because going back to music, that's the greatest thing about music is you're able to channel pain, joy, happiness. And I feel like a lot of people, not just politicians, aren't able to empathize with people because they don't share the same background, or maybe they've never been through, similar experiences. So it's hard for them to.
No, I you know what?
To care for them.
I get what you're saying, because I talk to so many people.
A whole dose of humility, getting our ass kicked.
I had that happen. See this scar right here? I got my ass kicked last. So you would create more.
So when they come to the shelter, I would say, "What is it you remotely like to do?"
That's what I ask people.
And then give them the tools and a forum to do that.
Like your canvas,
right?
Or a scooter to deliver pizzas or something.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
And if they don't want to do that, I believe there is a sort of a punitive outpouring that they life becomes drudgery, and maybe their anger gets out. But I think it's important to have folks contributing, doing something.
Hard for them
like you're doing. No, I you know what?
I care for them.
I get what you're saying, because I've talked to so many people and I've been around so long. But see, this is good. You're younger than my kids. I got 30 years on you, and it's intergenerational.
Right.
Forget interracial shit, because we're all in the same boat, right? I'm working here, you're fixing up your car and had business problems, etc. So we're all in the same goddamn boat. And that's about it. That's the thing. Now I got other names for her.
So that pauses it.
I can't say that America is great. Definitely not for me.
Okay. That's your opinion.
Yeah,
I've had that many times.
Opinion.
If it's not great, say so.
That's my opinion.
Okay, so we know that.
Definitely.
I agree. Not 100%, but I agree. Okay.
So
it's not great for a lot of people. Can we agree on that?
Exactly.
Okay. Fist bump number 8. We've had like several already. Okay, so let's go right to the next question. What would make it greater?
What will make it great?
Greater.
What will make
greater? You say it's not so great, so we won't make it greater,
okay,
right?
What will make it greater?
It's great in some respects.
Understood. What will make it greater? What will make it greater is we as people come together under one leadership, one God, which in the God that I believe in, his name is Lord. He go by many names.
Many names. Jehovah, Yahweh.
He had his hair.
I said he was sleepyhead, man. Yeah. What do you got? I like the tattoos here.
Did you get rid of the cover before?
That's going to be the structure. The structure's going to come here. That's 9 feet. The rope is not 10 feet. 9 feet here, 9 feet here. That'll be 18. Okay? So our ceilings will keep around 9 feet. 8 is standard. Okay? You got enough room for a bunk up there.
It's gonna be great.
You understand?
Oh, you're going there, huh?
Well, I mean, Eve was the original fuck up of the entire universe.
Be nice. Sorry.